Hello, it is a Thursday morning and I am about to go into the city for work, but I thought that I would start today's vlog here because I want to read on my commute and I need a new book to start. And for this vlog, I wanted to do a reading vlog of my physical TBR. I only have these 4 books left on my physical TBR and I want to get through them because I love the feeling of going into a bookstore or the library and picking up a new book and starting it right away. But I always feel guilty because I have so many books on my TBR, and so I've been working on slowly narrowing down that number. So these are the 4 books. The first one is Ultramarine by Mariette Navarro, and this is the book that I'm going to bring with me today. It's super short. I think that I can probably finish this between today and tomorrow, and I'm so looking forward to it. This is actually one of my most recent purchases. The next book is Same as It Ever Was by Claire Lombardo. Then I have The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. And finally, The Last Love Letter from Your Lover by Jojo Moyes. So I'm just going to take you guys along over the next few weeks as I get through these all and hopefully finish them sometime in August before the month is over. Ultramarine is a French translated novel. It's a book about a woman who is a captain of a ship and she has 20 men on board for her crew. And one day she wakes up and there are suddenly 21 men, and it's supposed to be like a psychological thriller. So I'm really excited and can't wait to start this on my bus ride this morning. The first book of this challenge is officially finished. I really enjoyed this one. It is super eerie. The writing was really good. It like sucked you in. I did not know what was going to happen and I just really enjoyed this. I love a good like short story format of a book because I think that you could do so much with so few words, but it's a gift to be able to do that. So Mariette Navarro killed it. I think I'm gonna start The Last Letter from Your Lover next because it's still the summertime and I feel like a romance is the perfect summer read. So I wanna get to this before we get into September. It has been several days since my last reading update and there are 2 reasons for that. First and foremost, I have been so busy that I have just not been reading much at all. I've just been focusing on so many different things in my life. I have had so much going on at work that I've been working a little bit later, some longer days than I'm used to. And then on top of that, I'm obviously training for a marathon right now and just trying to keep up with all my content in general. So reading has been put on the back burner. And the second reason is that I just am not super hooked by this book. Nothing against the book, nothing against the author. She also wrote Me Before You, which I know everyone loves. I love the movie. I never read the book, but this is a book that has a high rating on Goodreads, so I'm sure that it is wonderful. It's just a little too slow moving for me, and because I'm just like in this place where I'm having so much difficulty even like sitting down and reading, I just want something that's a little faster paced and that's going to really hook me from the start, grip me, and then I'm not going to want to put down. Today I did have a whole rot day. I'm actually having a whole rot weekend because again I've just been so go and I need some time to myself to do absolutely nothing and to really give my body the rest that it needs. So I read a little bit more of this. I'm about 50 pages in and I think that we are just going to call it quits on this one. That said, we have 2 books left in my physical TBR pile, and I think that I'm going to do The Art Thief next. It is a bit of a shorter book, and I've had it on my shelf the longest, so I want to finally check this off the list, and then we'll end with Same as It Ever Was. I'm gonna read for the next little bit while I wait for my sourdough to finish proofing before I go and bake it, and I'll update you guys once I'm a little bit of the way through and see how I'm liking it. got back from a little walk outside. I sat by the water and I kept reading some more of The Art Thief. I didn't really film anything while I was out there. I just truly was like no headphones, no music, no phone, and just soaking in all the little things around me, paying attention to the sounds and nature and people watching, and it was so lovely. And I'm now like 100 pages into this book, so I think I might actually be able to finish it today. I am enjoying it so far. I think it's just compelling to read about the different thefts and kind of the inside mind of the art thief, and I want to know how it's going to end. And if you're on the same side of TikTok as me, you might be seeing all of the life curriculum stuff going around, and I find it so interesting, and my friend Olivia and I have decided that we're gonna partake, and we like really sat down and created an entire Notion template for ourselves. We like really outlined everything. I'm so excited to start now. If you want more on that, definitely leave a comment down below and I'll do a video on it. I don't think I'm gonna start until 2026 just because my year is so busy right now, but I think that I want to add a course on just different memoirs and journals from famous artists. So that's on my mind now as I'm reading this. I have not updated you guys, but I did finish The Art Thief over the weekend. I basically read this in a period of 24 hours. I started it, I think, on Saturday and finished most of it on Sunday. And I actually really enjoyed this. It has some pretty negative reviews. A lot of my friends also gave it lower ratings. I did give it about 3 stars. I think that it was just a really like fast, quick read. It is a nonfiction story about an art thief. It's actually about a couple who steals art together, and I really liked the way that the writer focused on like the inner monologue that the actual art thief has. I actually really liked being inside his head. I thought that it was so fascinating to just learn about why he was stealing and why he did the things that he did. But I think that it lacked a little bit of depth. I think it could have gone into some of the details a little bit more. It was a little too surface level, but overall I can't complain. I breezed through it. I enjoyed it. And now I'm finally on to Same As It Ever Was by Claire Lombardo. I just started reading this on my commute to work yesterday. I'm about 30 pages in so far, and I think it's like over 500 pages. So this one's definitely going to take me a little bit of time, but I am really enjoying it so far. Today is Wednesday. I go home tomorrow for Labor Day weekend. I'm spending the weekend at my parents' house. I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done there. Ideally, I would have loved to finish this by the end of August, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. It might have to get pushed into the first couple of days of September. I'll check back in with you guys once I make a little bit more progress into this and let you know how I'm liking it. Hello, it has once again been a few days since I last updated you guys, but I am slowly but surely making progress in this book. It is just definitely more of a slower read because it's so long. It is like 540 pages, but I am almost 200 pages in now. Despite it being a longer book, I actually feel like I am sitting down and like reading more of it at a time because I'm so intrigued by it and I'm really enjoying the story and the plot line so far. I really like how it kind of goes back and forth between the present tense and a past timeline. I'm just finding it really interesting. I'm excited to see where the story is going to go, but it definitely is a very character-driven story, which I love. I caught a bit of a cold over the weekend, so I've been recovering from that, and it's been making it a little bit harder to just like focus on reading recently, but I do want to finish this book this week. That is my ultimate goal. So after work every single day, I've been trying to sit down and read for at least 30 minutes, if not more. So I do want to try to get another like 50 pages or so into it today to get to part 2. And hopefully the next time I check in will be the final time after I have read this and then officially completed my entire physical TBR. You guys, I did it. I finally finished Same As It Ever Was, all 540-ish pages of this book. Even though it definitely took me quite a while to get through, only because it is so long, I really enjoyed this one. The way I described it on my Goodreads is that it makes you feel like you're reading juicy town gossip, and that's the kind of book that I love. I love a character-driven story. The characters all felt so real, and I really loved our main character, Julia's like inner thoughts, because it just reminds you how human she is, how she makes mistakes. And I really loved the back and forth that we got in this book. It just went through the present timeline and the past timeline, and I just think that it was done so well. I'm definitely going to have to look into Claire Lombardo and other books that she's written and check them out, because I really enjoyed this one. And with that, we have finally come to the end of this reading vlog. I have read all of the books that I own on my physical TBR, which means that now I really get to go in with a clean, fresh slate. I do still have some ebooks and audiobooks that I need to read, but I don't know if I'll ever catch up on those. I have quite a few, but I now can go into a bookstore and buy a new book and read it that same day without anything stopping me. So I'm very excited about that. I hope you enjoyed following along, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!